Right, so today we are watching 6 broke students versus 1 secret millionaire. Can we guess? Well, I've got Kirkham here to help me find out.
I am so excited for this one, mate. I'm buzzing.
Welcome back to the channel. It's been a good few months. I've not done a collab in absolutely ages.
I know, it's been so nice having this time apart from you.
What the hell? I was going to say it's so nice to be back together, but...
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant, yeah.
No, but I miss these. It's nice to get the conversation flowing, and now we get to be a bit competitive as well.
Ooh.
We got to figure out who we think is the secret millionaire. Or maybe it's going to tell us from the rip. Actually, don't know.
That would ruin it.
Let's find out.
I am broke.
I'm broke.
I am broke.
Hi, guys.
That was so dramatic.
Okay, it hasn't told us. That's nice. That's what I was hoping for. I was hoping it wouldn't tell us who the secret millionaire was.
Oh, yeah, it's so much better when you can play along at home.
Yeah. As well, just get in line up and just be like, yeah, just tell the camera you're broke. Oh. All right, I'm poor. One smug millionaire sitting there lying to us.
The haters are going to love this one.
Yeah, they really are. Yeah, so out of these lot, anything you're like, I'm getting some vibes already?
Oh, okay. So who do you think is trying to portray themselves as broke? Is anything giving anyone away?
Oh, that's a good question, actually. They'd spin it the other way. You know the guy on the right with like the navy t-shirt, the black shorts? Oh, he's dressed like me. I'm literally wearing the exact same thing.
Someone's got style.
But you ever see that like Mark Zuckerberg wardrobe thing? And he's got just all of the exact same plain navy t-shirts.
Yeah, that's like the billionaire thing, isn't it? Like you just don't wear any brands.
That's what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking this guy on the far right is going like, I'm going to wear my most basic outfit.
Yeah. The tall guy has got a full tattoo sleeve. Now, that's going to cost a little bit of money. However, has that made him broke?
Oh, maybe that's the reason he is broke.
You know?
My bad tattoo videos, people were always commenting and I had no idea how expensive it was.
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. I want to get one, but then I have the fear that I'm going to look like an Ibiza final boss.
10,000 likes on this video, me and Cam will get matching tattoos.
We're going to get lions, a clock.
Oh, yeah.
Some trees.
The big rose.
Just give us what the last guy had.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's figure this out.
My name is Faith. I work part-time in sales, and I'm currently enrolled in Saddleback and OCC.
My name's Omar. I go to San Diego City, and I'm unemployed.
That would be a good cover. Because then, if you were going to lie and be like, oh, I do this job, you'd worry that someone had expert knowledge.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, oh, I'm a lawyer. And they were like, oh, what is the CDPA? And you'd be like, what? Obviously, a real lawyer would be like, oh, it's the Copyright Designs and Patents Act.
All right, we get it. You studied law.
Whereas someone else would just be like, oh, shit, I'm really screwed. So I feel like saying I've got no job at all is like a shield against those kind of attacks.
He's dressed like a cop in Miami. I feel like I definitely think he has a job.
Okay, interesting. All right, let's keep going.
I work at Disneyland, and I currently go to Santa Ana College, but I'm transferring to Cal State Fullerton next semester.
My name is Matisse, and I work as a student worker at a camera rental shop, and I go to Chapman University.
My name is Austin, and I'm currently unemployed, and I will be attending UCLA in the fall.
Oh, we've got another unemployed person. That's a red flag to me.
Yeah, did he just copy what the other person said? Like, people going into this, they have like a character, don't they?
Yeah, for sure.
This is such a tough one. You know what the great thing about these videos is, though, is you have to wait until the end, so the retention on this video is going to be fabulous.
Yeah, stick around to find out.
I go to San Jose State and I'm a host.
I'm Alejandro. I'm a tutor, swim instructor, and store manager, and I go to Santa Monica College.
A swimming tutor, a tutor. I didn't get. What did he just say?
I'm a tutor, swim instructor, and store manager.
Store manager, swim instructor, and tutor. That seems like a heavy burden to lie about and get called up on.
Yeah, he has like all of the Infinity Stones right there. Like they're so different. None of them like clash at all.
I don't think you'd lie about that unless you were a millionaire and you were quite smart. So you could be like, oh, I'd lie about tutoring. You could lie about swimming probably.
Yeah, can you be broke if you've got that many jobs though? Like all you're doing is working at that point.
Yeah, that's a lot. And 6 broke students. How do you juggle studying and those 3 jobs?
Yeah, that is wild.
Maybe he's trying to throw us off. I'm all of a sudden a lot less sure about Alejandro though.
Right off the bat, I did think Omar looked a little suspicious just because of what he was wearing. I didn't want to like stereotype or anything, but like he was a little flashy, like with the jewelry and the shirt, and it was just giving millionaire, I guess.
That's so funny because I find quite quite a lot of the times, like the super rich aren't that flashy because they feel like they've got not as much to prove, and people who maybe earn just a normal amount but have a lot of like liquid cash are much more interested in like, you know, buying like super expensive designer stuff, flashy cars and watches. I mean, broke students wouldn't be able to, but do you know what I mean?
No, yeah, 100%. It's like a weird one, isn't it, where it's almost like, not everyone, but some people feel like they have to prove themselves to other people, like buying expensive stuff when, you know, really no one cares. But like you're saying, with rich people, they're kind of like so rich that it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, you don't really see like Mark Zuckerberg rocking Gucci and stuff, do you? You're just chilling with those £600 Navy t-shirts.
I have a quick question for you. You said you're going to be attending UCLA this fall.
Yeah.
So does that make you 18 or so?
No, I'm 23. Late start.
Gotcha.
What'd you do before?
I did commercial HVAC for a little bit.
The heck is that?
What do you I was going to say.
I'm glad someone asked that.
So like AC systems, I helped install for
love
like
those.
grocery stores, stuff like that.
That could have been his business that made him rich.
Yeah, very true. Also, though, that could have... is there much money in that for him? He might have just been kind of low down on this. There's so many things to think about here. It's so confusing.
Because they're some of the simpler ones. Like sometimes I'll read about like billionaires in the news, and you're like, how did he become a billionaire? And it's like, oh, he's the guy that invented milk cartons that sort of like do that foldy thing, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, it's such a weird thing.
Or like, oh, they bottle water, and it's like they're the billionaires, you know?
There's this guy I watch on YouTube. He has like, I think he has like 30 cars, and they're all supercars. And he became rich from making like a small latch that makes seatbelts in cars. Like
No
something you just
way.
never think about.
Yeah, and like the guy on Dragon's Den that made the cat's eyes, the things that light up on motorways or whatever, and it's just, it's crazy.
Wild.
So he could either be right and just like a poor student working at an AC thing, or he could be the person with like an air conditioning empire. And let's find out.
Quick question. You said you started late. What did you do during those 5 years?
Also, this guy's grilling a lot of people early. He's asking a lot of questions, and I feel like that's a good deflection tactic.
You know what? Sometimes when people come in too hot, it's almost like it makes people too suspicious of you, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
What did you do during those 5 years you took off?
I just worked full time. I was never really much of a school person. I always liked to work, and so I didn't really see the value in like putting money into schooling that I wasn't sure what I was going to do with. So now that I'm an adult, I figured I'd get it all together now. So
Alejandro, he was very vocal, like right off the bat, asking a lot of questions, answering a
that's
lot
what
of
he
questions, and I was like, a little scripted almost.
Get his rich ass out of here.
Yeah, it's like he's planned it. He's planned in advance, like, but he's doing too much. I think he's doing too much.
Yeah, he's came and he's like, I'm just going to wear the ArthurTV outfit, just seem kind of humble.
Exactly. I'm going to look really poor and gross and like I have no style and no money, so I'm going to dress like Arthur. Shit.
What does broke mean to you?
to me, it means negative money.
Yeah, I think just negative money.
Yeah.
That was one thing I was wondering, because obviously there's one secret millionaire, but everyone's broke to a millionaire. So is broke like giving your overdraft, or is broke like 100 quid? Like, what is broke? Like, that's what I want to figure out here.
That's so true. And a lot of millionaires say as well, the reason they're rich is because they go into massive debt. Like, a lot of millionaires won't have as many assets. Maybe will have like more liabilities than assets right now, because they'll like have like a £10 million loan out on a company that's only making $1 million a year, and they're like, well, for the next couple of years I'm going to be a couple mil down, but in the long term I'm going to have a load of money. But I mean, if I think about when I was a broke student, it's sort of like you kind of have to think about spending anything, you know, like you wouldn't buy a packet of sweets or a bag of crisps from the shop without being like, that 50p is like a third of a pint at the student union bar.
Can I get that on club card?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Income doesn't match outcome.
Because I'm from the East Coast, and then like I have a lot of West Coast friends now, but there's like a difference between East Coast broke and West Coast broke from what I see. East Coast broke means you
Ramble, bullshit, absolute. There's a difference between shut up, millionaire. Automatically, he's deflected. It's him.
Bro studying brokeology. It's such a such like Andrew Tate type language as well, isn't it? Talking about brokies and stuff. But saying that there's different levels of broke, what is he talking about?
literally have less than enough to go and eat out with. And then West Coast broke is like, I have just enough to cover my things and maybe eat out once or twice a week
That's
to
what
hang
credit
out with the homies.
I can't lie. Eating out once or twice a week is...
That's not broke.
That's not broke. When I had no money as a student, I could not think like dropping 15 quid on a meal to take away. That was like my weekly social budget.
Yeah, I remember going to Shake Shack in Canary Wharf once when I first went to London, and I remember like paying like £20, and genuinely like I just didn't have that. I was like, can I pay for this with Klarna? I couldn't believe how expensive expensive it was.
With Klarna. Yeah, when I moved to London and all of a sudden what was my weekly budget at like Durham Uni was like 2 pints, and I was like, oh, this is crazy. That's literally why I started YouTube though, because I was like, I need to fund this somehow.
And look at him now. He shits out money.
And I still can't afford it. I'm so hungry. Guys, please watch this video to the end and hit subscribe so I can get a Shake Shack.
I'm from Colorado, which is, I guess, kind of Midwest, kind of West Coast. So I wasn't totally sure if that was true or not. I feel like Midwest.
I'm sorry, right? If you've got a name like Matisse, you need to go on to do great things. You can't be broke. You need to be some sort. You need to like discover the cure for a disease or something. That is remarkable having a name like that.
That is a very fancy name. Isn't there a like women's expensive haircare stuff called Matisse?
How would I know that?
I don't know.
Wasn't there actually a 1971 shampoo that was made strictly for women?
I thought Chloe might use it in her hair or something. I'm sure one of my sisters would have. So I'm going to get... someone in the comments will know what I mean.
Broke is like trailers and stuff like that, so it's a little bit different too.
How much do you pay for rent?
So I live alone. I left right after high school.
You can't be broke if you live alone.
No.
You have to be. You have to have multiple roommates when you're a broke student.
Yeah.
I lived in a house of 6, and then it was like a big upgrade when I moved to a house of 4. I was like, now I'm up.
That was like the golden ticket to the chocolate factory.
Literally.
Living by yourself is a privilege if you're able to do it, like you've said. Like when people move to London, often they have to share with like 4 other people. Like this makes me think even more that he is the millionaire, because he might not even think about that.
That's true. Yeah, you wouldn't just think, oh, having a place to myself is not a broke thing.
Because I had an abusive household, and so now I live in a...
Oh, okay. I feel terrible.
Okay, right.
now.
Well, that's gone really dark.
That's right. Well,
we probably should have let him finish speaking before.
Yeah, that would have been. We're always cutting people off. Yeah.
No, seriously. Sorry about that, Alejandro. Hope you're healing well. All the best.
And I pay roughly around $1,500 a month.
God,
obviously, give or take utilities in Culver City.
But right, $1,500 a month. It's not broke, but he can still have no money because all of his money might be going to his rent. So then, does that count as broke?
And he has got 3 jobs.
That's true as well.
That's what she's just said. She's just flagged up and been like, "Oh, that's why you work 3 jobs. Like you can afford a nice place," which most students wouldn't be able to. But you are not broke if your rent is $1,500 a month.
Nah, that's the thing. That you can't. This is so weird.
Yeah.
How do you manage 3 jobs with school?
Yeah.
The great thing about community college is online classes. And also, all my jobs, one of them is I tutor, and so that's on my own time. I do some lessons on the weekends, and then I do my store manager Monday through Friday. And so I'm going to make it work. And at the end of the day, you have to if you're living alone. Did you say you live alone?
Oh, he instantly was like, enough about me. Did you live alone?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Not waiting for any more questions. A quick diversion.
This guy definitely watches, like, YouTube videos on the top 20 side hustles.
Yeah, I think so too.
This guy is just, like, optimizing his time.
Yeah. Fair play to him, though. If he actually is, like, I remember being a student and having a job and being like, this is a nightmare. This is so difficult to juggle because, like, you'd have an essay due or some, like, really important exam coming up. And yeah, you'd be like, oh, but I've called in to work at the bar on a Sunday.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, shit. Like, this, although I need the money a lot of the time, like, I'd probably rather be studying or working on my essay, you know? So fair play to him.
I couch surf with the homies.
Do you pay them at all, or you just like fully
I help
couch
out with
them?
like other things and stuff like that whenever I can. I mean,
I help him out with other things. That makes him sound like a drug dealer or something.
I was thinking like hand jobs or something.
Oh my god!
I don't know why, but
wait. So when you were like, "Oh, Arthur, we should move together in London," you were like, "Oh, and I have a way of paying my rent. Don't you worry about it, pal."
I'll take the sofa.
Yeah.
I'll pay in other ways.
That's very suspicious. That is a red flag, though, him not saying how exactly he pays for it. Because that's either a crime or he's lying. Or it's sexy, like you said. Maybe it's sexual.
Hopefully the latter.
What are you doing with your free time? Because shouldn't you be making money to pay for your college? And the way they said it was so casual. I was like, okay, where's your watch from?
my watch. This is.
It looks flashy.
You don't get that
The little Jubilee edits, so true, bestie, in the top corner. That's so funny. I love it when they do shit like that.
I got it from my old previous jobs. It was kind of like I used to be a salesman.
Today, Junior.
I got it from my previous jobs. You know, when he was doing it, I thought he looked very like melancholy when he was saying it. So I thought he was going to be like, I got it from my grandfather who passed away, and I was like, we really shouldn't have cut him off.
Yeah, it's like a family heirloom from my dad and my grandfather.
What brand is it?
It's a tag.
The second
A
that
tag?
What?
Where are they getting these broke students from? Bro's got a grand or two on his wrist.
Yeah, that is at least like 4 or 5 months rent in Newcastle.
That is I mean, I'm not a broke student anymore, but my watch is about 10 quid. If you're walking around with this kind of money, you are not a broke student.
Not at all.
the second that he did a gesture where he was looking down at the watch, I like saw it and I was like, wait a minute.
It's a very expensive hand job he's given out.
That's how he keeps track of the time. That's 2 minutes 30. That's all you're getting for this month's rent.
How do you pay for stuff with no job?
Well, I'm 25, so I had a long
24.
time to save up money. I live purely off of financial aid, and I have like the Pell Grant and the Cal Grant, full loans, subsidized, unsubsidized. Plus, I'm also a veteran, so I get those benefits to help pay for that kind of stuff.
Bro's lived 10 lives. He's age 25. He's got like 8 sources of income. And he was a veteran.
Yeah, some sort of Benjamin Button going on here.
What the hell? They're all mad suspicious of him, though.
It is interesting, though, because if he was a millionaire, why would he still keep his watch on? Because he's trying to appear to be broke. But
yeah,
but then why would you wear it anyway? I think he's just messed up wearing that. He's probably not even given it a second thought.
Yeah.
Millionaire veteran.
A millionaire veteran. Surely they're voting him out. They're voting Omar or Alejandro.
Oh, Alejandro.
Ooh.
Ah.
Just.
Get out of here, Miami Vice.
They were the two very obvious ones. They were the two that we were suspicious of.
Yeah, Alejandro's time is limited too. I think he's out next.
He has to really save himself here.
Honestly, when I stepped into the box, I meant to take off my watch. I wasn't really surprised that I was the first one voted out.
How much do we make each month?
Like $8.50?
Wait, working at Disneyland?
Yes.
How many hours do you work?
I only work like maybe 20 hours, if that.
A week or in the month?
No, in a week.
So what's that? 80 hours a week at about $10, 800 quid. That makes sense. Fair.
I thought you were going to do some sort of like countdown equation there where you just like work it out to the exact decimal in your head. I was like, wow.
No, not quite.
Like $7.50 after taxes, and I work 12 hours, and then like on the weeks that I pick up an extra shift, like 16.
Wait, you nodded. You said you're unemployed.
Yeah.
So what do you do all the
Alejandro again targeting this guy.
Yeah.
Alejandro is going out with a sword rather than a shield. If he's the millionaire, it's bold.
He is kind of clever in his approach. Do you know what I mean? It's very strategic, which kind of raises some alarm bells here.
Maybe $100 a month on TikTok shop.
No way.
As soon as he said TikTok shop, I fully was like, this person is like a full-on influencer. There's no way. Like,
It's
You sell stuff?
Yeah, you earn commission making videos, like selling things.
What are
Okay.
some stuff that you've promoted?
Right now I have like a scale. My top seller is like a
Grenade
car
bars.
vanity mirror and a cat toy.
Toothpicks, jumpers with mountains on them, all the classic ones.
He's just on TikTok like, someone at TikTok shop is getting killed for this deal.
So you just
Forecast.
make a video of it and then you link it on your account,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
And then you get commission.
I've seen that.
Yeah, it's definitely a passion, and I haven't made a lot, no, but I haven't really done it consistently either. I know there's a lot of money in it, but I haven't stuck to it.
I believe him. I think that he actually is kind of trying to make his way possibly on social media. This doesn't appear to be someone that's lying to me.
He seems like a serial entrepreneur to me, though, which makes me think he's a millionaire. He's like, he's trying this, he's trying that. That's how the rich businessmen get really rich as well. Like, it's rare that someone has one idea and it just works and they become a millionaire. They're always going, oh, I hear this is how you make a lot of money. This is how you make money online.
Like multiple income streams.
Yeah, and like little do we know, he's got like 10 TikTok accounts that have shops, an aircon business, you know.
He's actually got an ArthurTV Clips account as well.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, he ain't making any money from that, pal. Oh, you guys can wear this £3 t-shirt that Arthur's wearing. It's a navy blue. You can buy it on TikTok shop for £3.
So I make roughly $3,000 after my rent and everything's taken out, food, my gas.
$3,000 a month. He's making 36 grand a year. And he's in the broke students category. He'd be the richest person out of all my friends at uni by an absolute mile.
This guy seems like his outgoings are so high, so if he's not the millionaire, that must be why he qualifies as being broke, because he's left with hardly any money in his account. But this is not a broke person.
No, that's not a broke person. But at the same time, if you were the millionaire, would you go in being like, oh, hearing them go, I make $850, I make $700. You wouldn't be like, oh, I make $3,500 and just massively mog their income like that.
Just dunking on them.
So I think he's almost like, he seemed too strategic early on to make a slip like that.
Yeah, I know.
But then maybe it's a double bluff. Maybe it's a red herring. He's throwing us the wrong way.
It's why these videos are so good. They just lock it in.
Yeah.
Which I then save into my high yield savings account and then my Roth IRA, which...
He's got a high yield savings account and a Roth IRA. This guy is not a broke student.
What is a Roth IRA, did he say?
IRA, I'm sure it's some sort of like investment.
Right, okay.
Yeah, it's a tax-free retirement account. That is just ridiculous.
This guy's, if he is the millionaire, such a strange ploy that he's playing.
Yeah, and a high yield it's like savings account. Like, he's going high risk, no, this guy, this is crazy.
I just hit 1,000 on both, so I'm really proud of that since this is the first time in my life I've ever actually had savings, so.
But you're not broke if you've got savings.
Yeah, not with $1,000. I was doing a video recently and I was like, something to do with money came up, and I looked it up, and something like 80% of Americans wouldn't be able to afford a like $500 setback. So that instantly puts him in the top, probably at least 10% of Americans just having that much in savings.
Yeah, I think that this is the thing as well. Like, some people, like, you know, when you were in uni, did you ever have people that were like, oh, I'm broke, but they've actually got like £500 in their account, but like that's in a separate account? Whereas some people, when they're broke, it means I've literally got like 20 pence.
Yeah, or like you were like, when I was like, oh, I'm broke, like towards the end of term, I would be like, I'm deep into my overdraft, and it's like, you're not even on zero, you're like on minus like 1,500, and you're like, if I take this out, it just means next time I'm going to suffer even more. Like, what the hell do I even do?
Yeah, that is broke.
You have a savings account?
Yeah, I'm really interested in just like finance. I'm really into credit cards. I'm really into all that stuff.
Yeah, he's sensible with his money. Like, fair enough, you can't knock that. But I don't know. I don't think you'd be saying all of that if you were the secret millionaire, though, would you?
But then he doesn't fall into any category. It's like one secret millionaire, 5 broke students, and one guy that's good with his money.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't have the same ring to it.
I think it's all like that. I think it's almost harder figuring out who the genuinely broke students are that we would consider broke students.
I know.
That seems harder than finding the millionaire.
Yeah, I make $16 an hour, but because it's work study, there's a 20-hour like cap on the week, but they don't take taxes out at the end of the day. So it's like, yeah, so it kind of like evens out.
$16 an hour with no tax is crazy.
Yeah, I'll try to work that out at the top of my head, but I've just had an absolute mind blank.
It's good money.
She doesn't get taxed on that either, so she gets to keep it all. That, again, like, that's a lot of money for a student.
$320 a week, that is.
Yeah.
Tax-free.
I study a lot. For school, of course, but also for self-improvement. For that, I use the app.
Okay, right.
Oh, she's broke. She's doing brand deals mid-video, man.
People who live with their parents, do you live with both parents?
Yes, I do.
Why was she so shocked? Did you see that? Look at her face.
Gosh, she's catching some flies.
Bro's just asking a question and she's gobsmacked.
Both parents?
Yes, I do.
Just one.
Just one parent?
Yeah.
Okay, so...
She's
two
so
siblings?
shocked.
Yeah, 2 siblings.
And 2 siblings.
How did you not that?
A lot of animals.
Big house?
No.
They're in the basement.
He didn't know how many siblings he lived with, and he said his reason for that was a lot of animals. He is sus. I'm getting serial entrepreneur and a couple of lies from this guy.
Yeah.
Size of like the house that you grew up in, like how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms?
So, I mean, my childhood home is 6 bedrooms.
Oh, shit.
Miss Girl. 6 bedrooms? That's a lot of rooms. A lot of furniture, too. Furniture is so expensive, so I'm like,
Oh,
all
great
of it
edit,
was
Jubilee.
like, whoa. How many siblings?
I have 2 siblings. They're half siblings, but they're like old.
That's the thing. I mean, growing up, like, I obviously had a lot of siblings. I lived in a decent-sized house. So it wasn't as if my parents were not well off. It was just that I, as a student, probably half because they've got a lot of shit on their plate, but also want to just teach me the value of money, like, left me to be quite poor when I was a student. So I don't think necessarily having rich parents with a big house means that she couldn't be a poor student now.
How many siblings did you live with in your house?
I was one of 4 growing up most of the time.
Oh, I thought you were like one of 9 for some reason. I thought you had like so many more.
I'm one of 9, but my younger siblings now, the younger 4, were like born when I was at uni or afterwards when I moved to London. So like when I was coming home from school and stuff when I was a kid, there was I only had 3 other siblings.
Someone's parents are very, very busy, aren't they?
Oh my God, not this again. Chip always says this to me and I'm like, I don't want to think about it.
Someone keep them away from each other.
Did they go to college?
Yes.
So your parents were comfortable with having multiple children and paying for their college?
Yeah.
Are they paying for your college?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, if you're a millionaire, it's possible that you didn't, but I feel like if you grew up with money, then you're most likely to stay with money. So that was a little bit of a red flag for me.
And you work, correct?
Yes, I'm working part-time.
So most of the money that you make is for yourself?
Yes, they pay for my classes, but like I pay for my car insurance, my car payment, my phone bill.
So you have bills.
Yeah, they said I could move home if I went back to school.
Yeah, my parents did not do that shit for me.
Yeah, I think what we've like established here is it's not broke students, it's just one secret millionaire and the rest are just the rest. I think we just need to find this millionaire.
Yeah, well, actually, we said about the others as well. Her having all of these bills paid and she's making that much money, and that's basically just free cash for her to spend at weekends.
Yeah, exactly.
These guys would all be the richest person at most university friendship groups in the UK.
So they don't like fully fund everything for you, right? Okay.
I'm a big kid now, so.
I think she's being honest there. She looked pissed off when she did that little kicking motion. She was like, yeah, they actually make me pay for some of my shit. No, damn it.
What car do you drive?
I use my mom's VW Bug.
I drive a 2011 Hyundai Sonata.
It's actually going up with inflation, 20% every single year.
$5,000 that I saved up in high school, and my mom helped me pay for that. She helped like pay a lot of it.
Oh God, he's a yapper, isn't he? This guy does not shut up. If he is the millionaire, he's ruined his chances by yapping too much.
It's got to be like crypto or something like that if it is.
Yeah. And you know they say about liars, like if you ask someone, if I go like, oh, hey Cam, you know, in that haunted mansion, did you kill old man Jenkins? If you didn't, you'd just be like, no. Whereas a liar would be like, no, what motive would I have to kill old man Jenkins? I would never do that. I'm a good person. I wasn't even in the room at the time. Human psychology wise, they tend to speak like way more if you've got a guilty conscience.
Yeah, like they're nervous. It's so good recording these videos when Sherlock Holmes is here. This is great. I feel like Watson.
You are my Watson.
Oh, that gives out hand jobs on the side. No, we need to get rid of that rumour. I don't know why I'm just...
Yeah, that's going to be all over Twitter tomorrow. Brilliant.
Okay, I do drive a newer car. It's a 2022 Camry. I was able to buy it because my dad gave me his old truck when he bought a new one, and I sold that and used that as the down payment. I can only afford the monthly payments because I put everything on my credit card, and that's the only thing that comes out of my checking.
This is how you can tell US car culture is different to ours, because if he goes like, I drive a Toyota Camry, I have no idea if that's good, bad. Whereas they're all like, oh, of course, that's a $6,700 car with £900 monthly installments. So like, you can just tell that they all really know. And in the UK, like, did you know any of those cars that they were talking about if there was no edits?
No, I don't think that they're in the UK. I might be mistaken, but I don't feel like they're... Like, Toyota is, but I don't think the Camry... I've never seen that car in the UK ever.
We definitely don't have truck culture here in the same way they do in the US. Which, I can't lie, I would get behind. If I was in the US, I would love to have a pickup truck, just a massive thing in the back that you could just carry shit around with you.
It's like a proper apocalypse car, isn't it? You're just ready for the zombie invasion. You're like, I'm fucking ready, mate. Come on.
And you can just pull up anywhere, like close the little lid, put blow a mattress and a blanket in the back, sleep in it, live in it.
Should we just move to America and just live together?
I'm tempted.
Let's do it.
6,000 likes on this video and me and Cam will do a road trip. Come on. In a truck. That would actually be so fun.
Rock it up with our sleeves matching.
Yeah. Oh no, I feel like we'd be giving off very different messages, like in our truck, but then like matching tattoos. I'm like, what kind of vibe is this? Friends or dating?
How many credit cards do you have?
2, 3.
Are they maxed out?
One of them's about to be.
I drive a 2010 Camry, but I used my mom's car to come here today because I didn't want to use my car because it's like
the Lamborghini.
You know what? I'm partly suspicious about her. I don't know why. She seems like a kind of like Disneyland adult, so like saying that she works at Disneyland might just be a dream. She knows a lot about Disney, and that's her cover story. And she's being very quiet and not saying a lot.
Yeah, like that's the kind of best way to do it. Just having a job which everyone kind of, you know, everyone feels like they know what you have to do. It's like if someone comes in and says they're an accountant, no one's going to ask any questions about it. Just like, do you know what I mean? It's one of them jobs where, yeah,
you work at Disneyland. Like, okay, like what's your favorite super, like, it's not super villain, like Disney villain, but if she's a Disney enjoyer, she'll know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I just drive a 2024 Nissan. Unfortunately, I did have to get a new car because I had a Ford before that, found on roadside dead for a reason. It blew up, so...
Found on roadside dead? They hate Ford over there. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's like one of the most popular cars over here.
You'd think they'd like have a lot of love for Henry Ford as well. Oh wait, also, what have they done with their heads? Why the hell are their heads so big?
It blew up, so...
Why does this woman always look so shocked at
Oh,
anything anyone
they've blown her head off! I love this new Jubilee with them adding new edits. This is so funny.
Yeah, the engine. No engine light.
Were you in the car?
Yeah, I was driving. It wasn't like really bad. It just was like, I thought I hit something and then it was like, oh, it's not moving anymore.
I was expecting like explosion.
No, same. I was like, oh my
Oh, they did it again.
Why is no one reacting to their heads exploding?
I think the editor paid like a $20 expansion pack for the editing. It was like, I've got to make the most out of that money.
No casualties, just sadness because now I'm strapped with payments. But thankfully, my mom helped me sign off, so my monthly payment is not that bad. But I did take out a loan.
When you guys do have like extra money, what do you usually spend it on?
There's no such thing as extra money. I don't have any.
I'm irresponsible.
Oh, that's just what a lying millionaire would say. No such thing as extra money.
And also, you know, the money you got from your dad's truck that you sold, you didn't have to put that all into one car. Like, that says to me that maybe like that's a weird, like, wouldn't you keep some money back if you really are broke to maybe pay off some debts or etc.?
Yeah, you're right. Or maybe he's broke because he's bad with money and is impulsive with spending.
Maybe.
I wasn't born in the US, I was born in Spain. My mother's Bolivian and we came here when I was 3. And so being a first generation immigrant, my mother never saved anything for college. She didn't have the extra money to do that.
All right, mate, we've all got a sub story. Canal.
And the lady on the left is really buying it. Look at that facial expression. She's the most expressive person I've ever seen on one of these videos.
And so as a result, I moved out on my own, no savings. I just moved out with 1 month's worth of rent. So far, it's been good. And so I'm not in any debt. I've been trying to stay out of it. I have credit cards, yes, but I make sure I pay them on time.
How did you have money for a down payment on an apartment, or how did that setup look?
So the company I got my first apartment with, I lived with 4 other guys, and my mother also helped me put the down payment. It was just $1,000. I was like, you know what? She can help me with that. And then I had roughly a little bit more than $1,000. So I was like, I have 1 month's worth of rent. And I luckily got my swim instructing job before I moved to LA.
You know what I'm going to say as well? I was saying his tan's good, but having a tan that good means he's been away recently, surely.
Exactly. Very true.
He's been on holiday. He spent some time in the sun.
And also, you know, does he go on holiday often? Because that tan is extremely good, and you need to like kind of build up a kind of relationship with the sun of going away. I think this man has like 3 or 4 holidays a year.
Yeah, you're right. Because you get the natural like, oh, if he's Spanish and Bolivian, he'll have underlying tan naturally, but that's a tan that's been worked on. And worked on well. I'm jealous, I can't lie.
I'm not in debt. I save my money from my job and then door dashing, and I do get money from FAFSA.
Same here. When I went to community college, I pretty much lived off of the financial aid, waiting for the financial aid from UCLA. And I am in debt for my car and my almost maxed out credit card. So I think I'm in like $18,000.
Wait, you said you did get financial aid?
Yeah.
That was unnecessary. Wow, that's cringe. I could never be that in debt. We're all broke here, but you're extra broke.
Imagine being that much of an idiot.
No, that made me feel sick. Seriously, I just gagged. You're poor. What the hell?
I don't live with my dad. He doesn't give us anything, so it was just my mom.
But he gave you that car?
Yeah, when he got his new car.
Okay.
That is a lot more than like what other dads give their kids, a full-on car.
Full car. Fair play.
Of debt from school. So I'm a little cooked, but
She doesn't really speak, so we don't know much about it. Is she just shy, or is she kind of just playing the I'm gonna just stay in as long as I can card because I'm a secret millionaire?
Stay out the firing line, make sure I don't slip up. Because the less you say, the less likely you are to slip up in these types of things.
Exactly.
Okay, so who do you think they're voting out? I think they're voting out
Alejandro.
either Alejandro or what was the tall guy called again?
Oh, I don't know, but yeah, he could be it.
One of those two, I think. They're suspicious of both of them.
he said like my 2 biggest sellers were a mirror and a cat toy, and I was like, that's kind of insane. Like, I feel like you're making money somewhere else.
Austin.
Suspicious.
She didn't ask too many questions, and she seemed kind of uneasy.
Fishy.
This is so hard.
Fishy. Yeah. It was going to be Austin or Alejandro, wasn't it?
I kind of figured I was going to be voted out. He upgraded, he got a new car, and he gave me his old one, and that was pretty much it.
Do you think that they've voted out the millionaire yet?
I think as long as Alejandro's in the game, there's a solid chance the millionaire's still there. But I do think the quietness of the girls is really throwing me off. I think if it's one of the girls, that they're playing it well, because I'm not that suspicious.
I'm going to say a prediction at this point. I think it is one of the girls, and I think it's the really quiet one, the one with the nice name.
Oh, Matisse.
Matisse. I think it's Matisse.
No, okay.
I didn't know how else to like frame that. in a way that didn't make me like seem rich.
I feel like I kind of want to like attack you two. I feel like
Me?
these.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I think
Come here!
I just want to attack you. She walks over and punches them both in the face. Oh, that felt good. Anyway, what are we doing here again?
I feel so much better now. Yeah.
Yeah.
that's a compliment. But
Thank
like you
you.
have like tooth gems, like little watch, Thanksgiving.
She's Amazon.
Yeah.
My friend did
Like the
these.
rings.
We bought this kit, but
Kit online. You just glued it to your mouth.
yeah, it's like this like dentist glue. I think it's a little iffy. It tasted so bad.
Like veneer talk.
Can I see your nails?
Yeah, of course.
Those are nice.
Oh, she's got enough money to get her nails done. Now, I know getting your nails done is a lot of money to keep up, okay? Every 2 weeks? Nah.
Every 2 weeks. Yeah, that's not... Is it every 2 weeks? Bloody hell. I'm so glad we haven't got to do shit like that.
Yeah, no, it's, I just do mine myself. I bite them. Mine look awful. Off topic, there's a guy that messages me every single day asking if I bite me nails. Every single day.
Why?
I don't know.
Because he just sees them in your video.
Maybe his account is called Nail Biter. And every single day, without fail, he asks us, and I've never replied.
Oh my goodness. Maybe that's a weird kink.
That's why I don't want to entertain it.
Oh, that's so weird. Please never reply. What if he's watching this now? Nail biter, show yourself.
There you go. That's for free.
I start school soon, so I was like, I really want to. Yes, I literally yesterday. I'm not kidding. Yeah.
She was like kind of talking with her hands, so I could see the nails. She had nice nails on. They were like newly done, and not even just the nails, like even her tooth gems and her style. It didn't give me broke at all.
But none of them are broke. This is the problem. These aren't people who are struggling to get by, like living paycheck to paycheck, meal to meal. These are all guys that are like, I have £1,000 in my bank, my parents pay my car loan, like, all this kind of stuff. It's like...
My dad just gives us a free car.
Yeah, exactly. Oh.
I have a quick question for you, if you don't mind. So you said you live with your family. Do you still live in the same home that you grew up in?
We actually grew up in LA, so that's where we used to live, Northridge.
So
and we moved to Mission Viejo when I was like 11.
So, and you said you said my dogs. So do you not consider them your family's dogs?
No, because I got them when I moved out to Nevada. I was like intent on getting a bunch of rescues, even though I had no right to do that with my money.
3 dogs is expensive.
You work part-time?
That is very expensive.
Yes, now I work part-time. I used to work full-time.
So your family doesn't pay for the dogs at all?
They help me out, which is really nice, but it's ultimately not their responsibility, so no, they do not help me with the dogs.
Yeah, I think she's been thrown in there as a bit of a, like, throw them off because her parents pay for a lot, but I don't think she's the millionaire.
Neither do I. Like, just because you've got 3 dogs doesn't mean you're a millionaire. Like, that's we're clutching at straws here.
If they were all sitting there going, like, we are broke as fuck, I'd be like, okay, if you got 3 dogs, there's no way. But this is so hard because, yeah, someone in her position is not a broke student, but she can't afford dogs. So it doesn't really tell us much. It's hard to find something that's going to throw us like only a millionaire would have said or done that.
I know, because if there was literally, like, actually 6 broke people on here who are like, yeah, I literally just, like, survive off 1 chicken and mushroom pot noodle a day, I'd be like, all right, I believe you. Where they're like, yeah, you know, I go out 2 times a week and then I have 3 meals a day.
Yeah.
It's, like, so hard to tell.
And with it, like, if they were, like, really poor students, if they were like, oh, you know, how much is a pint at the student union, or how much is a packet of noodles at Aldi, they'd be like, oh, I get that all the time, you know. Whereas, like, a millionaire, I think, wouldn't. It's like when they do getting, like, Bill Gates to answer how much is a pint of milk or, like, a loaf of bread, you know.
Yeah, strange.
All my money is going to me or them and gas. That's it.
I would like to ask you one question.
Yeah.
What school did you say?
Oh, would you, Alejandro? You seem to be controlling the conversation a lot here, secret millionaire.
I do like that they are focusing on these two a little bit more now, though.
San Jose State.
San Jose State?
Yeah.
Okay. If you don't mind me asking, how much do you pay for tuition?
The tuition for every... sorry. Oh my god, I'm like, I don't know why I'm frustrated.
It's her!
Oh,
it's her!
Thrown her off! He's thrown her off!
A couple of them were suspicious of Fiona. Like, I know the nails doesn't prove, but it does prove that you've got, you know, money to spare. Her style is really good. She could be in some sort of fashion biz. I'm going to say Fiona, that's my prediction.
Really? I'm still, for some reason, it's Alejandro, Disney girl.
Yeah, that's a good one.
We'll see.
Scared me. The way he, like, looked at me and was just so serious and was like, you're that mole. And I was like, no, please.
That would happen to me. I know I'd get asked a question and I'd stutter and everyone would be like, it's him, they've caught him. And I'd be like, no, guys, I just get awkward when I speak and my words don't come out.
I saw this video, like this clip of you in a football video where you were speaking and you were just stuttering and I was creased at it.
Oh my
I can't remember
goodness.
which one it was. Do you know which one I'm speaking of?
With Harry and George, where I'm like, oh, the volley police are
Yeah,
coming.
yeah.
Oh no. Yeah. That was a really, really bad one. How do you think you'd react if people put you on the spot in this kind of scenario?
I don't know, because like you have so much more experience of being in videos with other people. Like I just record by myself. I'm not really put on, on the spot a lot with certain things. So I feel like I would crumble. I feel like I'd just start crying. I'd play the sympathy card.
That would definitely be a big tell. If they were like, how much is your uni? And you just burst into tears. Actually, no, that's relatable. That's something a student would do. Someone reminds me how much I've spent on tuition fees. I'd just break down in tears.
Very true.
And I'm not even using it now. I'm a bloody YouTuber.
Stop! I was so scared. For every semester, it's a little over 9,000. So like 9,150.
And you're in your final year?
Yes, correct. I'm going into my senior year. I literally started.
And how much debt did you say you were in?
I'm not in any debt.
He's grilling
over
her.
the course of these 3 years, you've roughly paid $27,000 in tuition payments already?
Do you have a calculator?
That was crazy.
You said 9,000 a year.
That's really not crazy. 9 times 3 is not a crazy calculation.
Is this guy an alien?
Sorry, it's 9,000 a semester, so it's more than that.
Oh, so it's 18,000.
Yeah, and I've
for the
been
whole-
working, I've been saving money, I do DoorDash, and my parents do help me a little bit. 'Cause
I see.
This is like, The Apprentice, where they have their business plan, towards the end of the process, and they
Yeah.
get quizzed on it by like Claude. This is happening right now. She's folding.
It actually is. But Alejandro is assuming a very aggressive position.
Does this make you more convinced he's the millionaire or not?
I really don't know. It's a very bold strategy is all I'd say.
You get
They do.
financial aid, you said.
Yes, from FAFSA, yes.
How much financial aid do you get?
8,000 a year, which is not much.
So out of the... Oh, okay. She mentioned the tuition, and I really wanted to get people with the number, because I feel like the numbers, if you're a broke college student, the numbers are killing you. And so I knew people had to know their numbers, how much they're paying and everything. And so when she mentioned she was paying however much for tuition, however much she was saving, how much she was making, I could really wanted to question her on that.
Yeah, that's true. If she's saying she's outgoings of 27k a year, tuition fees alone and her grant is 8k. She's sat there with like 19 grand that she's got to get from part-time work, family. You might be right with this Fiona one,
And she's not in debt either, so she's getting the money.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
I was fumbling. I was like, what college do I go to? I was genuinely...
I kind of hope it's Fiona, because that's like, like girl boss energy. Like how old is she? Like 20 possibly, and she's a millionaire.
Yeah, that's true. But her reaction there is making me think she's kind of laughing, going, oh, I really messed that up. Like, oh, I was really struggling. That she's kind of saying it in a way to be like, I can't believe I'm a broke student and I was flopping my answers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So her reaction in the private room is making me think it's not her.
I know.
How much our classes cost?
I don't, just because I have a scholarship that pays for it for me, so I don't really... And I'm community college, so it's cheap. So they just pay it for me.
My classes are like $70.
Classes are what?
Like $70.
7?
Each class?
Yeah, over the summer I took art and medical terminology.
I go to Santa Monica College, and I pay $45 per unit. So a 3-unit class is, over $120 sometimes. And right now I'm going to be taking 4 classes. And so even though it's going to be getting covered by Cal Grant...
Hell, somebody get this guy a podcast. Like, the guy just doesn't shut up. He's like, the actual third.
Also, I had no idea Americans counted like paying per class.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that either.
In the UK, it's just like you pay a fixed amount. It's just like 9k for the tuition a year. Different if you're an international student, but...
Do you know with American uni... If they have to like pay that up front, with like it just comes off your salary in the UK? Is it the same in America? Because I'm pretty sure don't families like save up so their kids can go to college? I don't know how it works.
Yeah, I think that's just because uni, the loans they get are much more aggressive. Like with us, the way the government works is you have to be earning a certain amount before you even start paying it back. And if after a while, it's a good number of years, but if after a while you haven't paid it back and you're a certain age, it just gets wiped off anyway. Whereas with them, it's like aggressive interest, lifetime of debt.
Just builds up.
Like you can be like, oh, you see sometimes they're like, oh, I've paid off 100 grand of my debt and it's increased 150 grand in that time. And it's just like, oh shit. So I think parents save up to be like, I want you to avoid that. But the system in the UK is so clever because if you get a job that's not earning that much, you don't have anything to pay back. You have to meet the threshold and then only then it's only a small portion of your wages, so quite good.
Cheated the system.
You said how it's...
It was 70. It was a summer class though, so it's just the 8-week classes. So I guess those were cheaper, but the book was like 140.
Well, I took 2 summer classes last summer, and the total was like 280 something.
That's pretty cheap. That's pretty
Maybe
cheap.
it depends on the area. I mean, I don't know.
I've never heard of like one class being like $70.
Yeah.
I mean, it was art class. I don't think.
But didn't you say a medical one too?
Yeah, medical terminology.
It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. Art classes aren't cheaper than medical classes. You know, they're the same.
He is very bold. Maybe she is lying then. I think he's now being too bold. Oh no, is that just part of the strategy? Oh, it's really throwing me.
Do you know when you watch like The Traitors or any show where the concept is trying to get other people out, the people that are aggressive often don't get much pushback because people are scared to go against them. So if anything, him using this tactic is quite clever because it's going to get him to the end because everyone's scared stiff of him.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know, man. It's my first year back from 5 years.
Do you get financial aid?
I don't know. I don't qualify for it.
I see.
Because I live at home.
And those 5 years off you spent in Nevada, right?
2 years I spent in Nevada.
Okay. And those are 3 years?
Home.
Back here.
So when you're filling the financial aid form, what do you have to put? Like general information?
Have financial aid.
Huh?
I don't have financial aid.
But you still have to. You still have to fill out the FAFSA form every single year, regardless.
My mom helps me,
do,
so
yeah.
like I don't remember ever filling out a financial.
I don't think she's the millionaire.
I don't think so either, but she didn't know the answer to that one. That was quite weird.
I think she just gets a lot of help off her parents. I think her parents kind of like really help her out. I actually think, unless... Now I'm kind of doubting Fiona. I think the millionaire might actually be out because all of these kind of seem like students.
That's true. We have to remember Austin and Omar. They might be sitting here going like, oh, I think we still need to get them, but they very well could have got them already.
Yeah.
Because I just knew I'm not going to qualify. She knows I'm not going to qualify, so we don't even bother with it.
I did this year for my next semester.
For your FAFSA?
I think you're supposed to do it every single year. Yeah.
I had no idea.
Oh man, if you haven't heard anything.
That seems like something he also could have just researched. Like if I'm going there going, I'm a broke student, the first thing I'm doing was Googling the day before, like, what do broke students have to do? Technicalities, forms, like what do you have to put on it? That almost seems like he knew it too well.
Yeah, that's like also shown how clever he is as well. If he's kind of done that before, like because no one else seems to have done this research.
And you'd only do the research if you're a fake, right?
Yeah, exactly. You've got something to hide.
My mom helps me a lot.
So you have 3 dogs. Your parents had a 6-bedroom home.
I'm feeling heat now.
Immediately when Alejandro started to like go at her really hard, I was like, okay, it's either that he really wants to win this game or he's just trying to deflect the...
Yeah.
That's what you said. He's gone too hard now.
He's gone very hard.
I came to school, so 3 years ago, 4 years
You moved on your own?
Yeah, I moved on my own.
It's definitely giving law. Wants to be in law.
You kind of answered, your parents do not help you. If your parents do help you, how, like, what do they do for work? If it's just your mom, if it's just like...
My mom works at a high school. She's a clerk at the high school I went to.
Oh,
so
okay.
Oh, Matisse, right? She just kind of goes, yeah, same. Yeah, same.
Yeah. And then turns around and goes like, oh, next person.
Yeah.
Wait, weren't you saying you were suspicious of Matisse?
I was early on, but then I think just because she went in the background... I don't know.
That really is the way, isn't it?
It is.
Just anything that comes towards you, calmly dismiss it and then move the conversation along.
Yeah, same, yeah.
Yeah, tell me more about your life.
Yeah, same.
My mom is a yoga instructor and my dad does like yard work. Does any of your families ever go on vacation where?
yeah,
Rapid fire.
Mexico, small town that my family's from, that's it.
We went to the Bahamas when I was like 10.
No, they edited you. Look at this. Why have they done this? Why have they made his head tiny and ours big?
Got that willne jawline.
Yeah, oh, that's so funny.
I definitely kind of was like, should I start lying? Because when they asked, especially about like the family vacation, I was like, I do come from a pretty wealthy family.
That's why she's in there.
I think you're 100% right. I think they've put her in to deflect because she has definitely came from money, but I don't believe she's a millionaire herself.
Yeah, she wouldn't be admitting all this stuff if she was like, oh, my parents are rich and I'm rich too.
Very into like camping, Tahoe. We go to Tahoe a lot. So.
I want to try camping, but I'm scared of dirt.
It's honestly not bad.
Where do you
The rock-
vacation?
Oh, yeah.
I don't really go on vacation. I go to the beach. I go to Santa Monica Beach. I go to like...
The beach is the best.
Oh, that's why he's tan.
But does he not go on holiday much because he's actually just on the grind 24/7.
Maybe.
I don't know.
But he could be lying. He could go on holiday all the freaking time.
He could.
To be fair, if he's got a good amount of money in savings, you'd think you go on spring break or something, right? Like go down to Mexico for spring break. Like you have some money to just do something weird.
Just blow, yeah.
But then maybe he's just big on the investing and saving.
Seems that way. Do you think they're voting him out?
I think they're voting Alejandro out because he was very aggressive. Or they're voting Faith out because she just gave a lot of rich out-of-touch answers.
Yeah.
Alejandro started defending himself too much or trying to get someone else out other than himself.
The nails were looking too fly.
Faith gave off like childhood wealth, and I was like suspicious.
Yeah, they've made a mistake there, I think, right?
Yeah, they definitely did. They've wasted a vote out.
She's just got rich parents.
Well, the whole point is like being truthful because I am broke, but like, you know, my answers kind of were suspicious.
Please raise your hand if you want to continue playing the game.
Oh.
If I'm Alejandro and I'm the millionaire, I'm doing that to be like, I want to keep playing, I'm not sure, to throw people off completely. That's a strat as well.
So does he win the money if they all stopped playing now? Is that how it works?
I think if they've got the millionaire out, they now win the money between them.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay, what do you think? What do you think? I'm very 50-50.
You know what? I've switched so much in this video. I'm just going to stick with Fiona, even though I'm not confident. I feel like Alejandro... I'll go Fiona.
Alejandro and Lily are quite sus to me. But then I did say I did think Austin was the serial entrepreneur.
Yeah, you did say that early doors. Who are you going for? What's your final decision?
Oh, that's really tough. You know what? I'm going to go with Austin. He naturally gives me the most entrepreneur vibes.
The lights turn red.
Loser's got to shave the head.
Is still in the box and you lose.
Loser gets a lifetime of debt. £100,000 a year you ask for the rest of your lives. Oh, I'd be so nervous.
No way.
The mole is still there, so it wasn't Austin or Fiona.
Oh.
So it is one of them. Oh, look, she's doing the thing again. Look at her expression.
Is she staring at him or is she just staring into space? Does she
I
believe
think that's
it's him?
at him. I think she's like, oh shit, she suspected him.
Alejandro's laughing as well.
Wow, so that means, yeah, so Austin definitely clear. Obviously Fiona was clear, we knew that.
Yeah, yeah.
And Omar, I think we knew as well. Like, you
Yeah.
wouldn't wear a $1 or $2 grand watch if you're a millionaire.
It's this guy, right?
No, it's her. It's definitely her.
Okay.
Definitely
You're
you.
the one who's questioning everyone.
Will our secret millionaire...
If it's Alejandro, then everyone's going to be like, yeah, obviously, like it always was Alejandro.
I don't think I would have felt comfortable progressing and being like, yeah, I think we voted them out whilst Alejandro was still in there with me.
3, 2, 1. No way!
I knew it! Got it!
Oh, you were right! Oh, it's the girl boss!
Girl boss! Stay winning queen, slay.
So Alejandro isn't a millionaire, he's just a dick.
He's just a dick.
Oh, damn.
I'm so sorry.
No way, fair play.
That's class.
I fully looked at her throughout the last round and I was like, oh, I trust everybody here with my life. The emotions running through my head is, I'm so sad.
I want to know what she does to make her money.
Oh, they'll definitely say, I think.
Did anyone think it was me?
Yep.
Damn, all right.
I don't know if that's a matter. Good play.
So you didn't get that from Amazon?
No, it actually is from Amazon. Yeah, I'm very smart with my money, so I own a business, so I'm always investing my money back into it. So I started out as a model and an actor, and then I started my YouTube channel when I was 10. I did that until I was 17.
Oh my god, she has a mill on YouTube.
And she was in the Moana film.
That is crazy.
And when I was 13, I launched my own beauty and skincare brand. I just launched a community to help teen girls.
Brilliant.
I'm very passionate. This is also self-funded, so I put the money from my YouTube channel, from acting.
Isn't that crazy that she has 1 million subscribers? And I don't know if that movie was animated, but we didn't know who she was.
Yeah. I remember back in the day on YouTube where everyone who had a mil subs, you just knew who they were. And I wasn't even big into YouTube growing up at all. But I could have named most of the top 30 people that had 1 mil subs when only 30 had them.
Yeah, now isn't there 70,000 people with over 1 million subscribers, which is kind of crazy.
That's crazy. Although, to be fair, I mean, she's an American girl who does makeup stuff. That is never hitting our algorithm.
No, and also that is insane RPM.
Oh yeah, oh my god, the makeup girlies and the ridiculous.
They stay winning.
We get one super fan and they'll like, you know, watch our videos and we'll get like 3p of ad revenue for them. A makeup person gets one super fan and sells a bit of makeup to them, they'll get like 5-10 quid off the top of that.
Insane money.
Mental.
Insane levels.
Them and tech, I think, are the two big earners, because obviously if you're Marquez Brownlee, like you influence someone to buy a new laptop that's like $2,000, like the latest MacBook Pro, the companies are spending a lot for that.
Yeah, definitely.
But ours are more general, at least. I think ours are like, you know, will have a very niche audience, whereas we get more products that are just sort of like for everyone.
Yeah.
Of all shapes and sizes.
If anyone wants to reach out, please, I'm here.
Yeah, I'll do brand deals for literally anything. As long as it's moral. That sounds like I would promote a serial killer or something. Like, pay me enough and you know what? No, it's signed Jeffrey Dahmer poster.
Yeah, he's already turned you down, Charles Bronson. Stop trying.
But you fooled us, though. You fooled us. You really
Oh, don't say us. You didn't fool my boy Cam Kirkham there. He knew. He saw straight through it.
Sorry, didn't ask for these powers.
Like, I had an idea in my head of like what I was gonna do, and like I really had to do my digging. I like researched so much. I always knew that college was expensive. I didn't understand how expensive it was and how many people are truly in debt because of it.
Alejandro got her on the numbers.
He did. To be fair, Alejandro, I think he sniffed it out pretty
he kind of did.
Also, I think I just seen her, and I don't know if it's because I can kind of tell if a YouTuber isn't like, you know, maybe might be a little bit different off camera. I could just tell that she wasn't being herself, the way that she was acting, carrying herself. She was kind of playing dumb the entire time.
Oh, you saw a YouTube character. Interesting.
Yeah.
There's a lot of resources out there, and people should do the due diligence. Just talk to your counselors.
It's a great system, it is, but there are a few situations where it's a bit broken and it can be revised. And so, yeah.
I won. This is my little case of money.
Oh, she doesn't need it.
Probably will not be.
They give the millionaire more money.
But I'm really grateful that I got to be a part of this. Thank you so much for watching.
She ended up giving her winnings to the other contestants. That's so sweet. No, you know what? Round of applause for Fiona. Fair play. No.
Girl boss.
She's got a good PR team. She's paying them well, because she does not give a shit about those broke students.
No, not at all.
Because they were not broke. A lot of them did not need that money.
No.
Right, well, that was 6 broke students versus 1 secret millionaire. And congratulations, Cam Kirkham, you won. And congrats to anyone else who suspected Fiona.
Get it. We need to do this more often. This was great.
We will. And if you liked it, make sure you subscribe so you can catch whatever collab I do next with Cam. Go check out his channel. It's in the description. And thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye-bye.